Hello and welcome to the Skaredcast Battle Report. Today, the Lion brings his Dark Angels, and the Drukhari bring the Cabalite Cartel. Let's begin.
The Dark King.
Hello and welcome to the Skaredcast Battle Report. We're back in the studio. We're going to play Dark Angels versus Drukhari. We're going to go over the lists, then we're going to go do the Battle Report, and then we're going to talk a little bit about tactics and strategy and all that stuff. Let's take a look at the armies, then the mission, and then we'll deploy and get to it. And here we have 2,000 points of Cabalite Cartel. That's right, I went and grabbed a bunch of friends to come and beat Troy up. That's the whole point. Well, the Dark Angels, they need some cartel in their lives. So we have two Archons, one with the Informant Network. We've got Malys, as well as Drazar, the Master of Blades, with a unit of Incubi. 2 units of 10 Cabalite Warriors and 3 Venoms, ready to carry them all and split them up. Now in this list, I also brought 2 units of Void Scarred, the Corsairs, for some additional units that can skirmish in the middle of the board. I have 2 units of 3 Reaver Jet Bikes with Heat Lances, 1 unit of 5 Mandrakes, 1 unit of 10 Mandrakes, 2 Ravagers, 1 with Dark Lances and 1 with Disintegrator Cannons, 2 units of 5 Scourge, each with Dark Lances, and last but not least, 2 single Chronos, ready to go and support the troops. And there you have it, 2,000 points on the nose. And here we have 2,000 points of Dark Angels, or shall we say Chaos. Take it away, Troy.
Yeah, and we have the Lion himself leading the charge, and he would definitely say they are not chaos. He's got his handy left-hand man with the Gravis Captain going by himself with Artificer armor. He's got 2 units of scouts to skirmish ahead and tell the army what's what. He's got 2 combi lieutenants for some lone op shenanigans. We've got 2 units of Deathwing Knights with the maces. We've got some awesome plasma firepower with the Redemptor Dreadnought. We've got a little Mario Kart ATV. We've got Azrael, the Chapter Master himself, with some Sternguard veterans. A Gladiator Lancer for some anti-tank firepower, and to cap it all off, a unit of Intercessors to sticky home objectives.
And this, of course, is Gladius, if you didn't tell by Artificer armor on that guy. And there you go, the Lion in his traditional pre-everything went wrong armor. Troy and I are playing Take and Hold and Search and Destroy on Games Workshop. Layout number 1, of course, this set is a cardstock set that Frontline Gaming sent me. It's actually really handy and really easy to set up, and the link is down in the description if you want to use the affiliate link to go get some stuff from them. Are you ready, Troy? Attack and Defender. I rolled a 1. Ooh, would you like to attack or defend? Hey, that's one of my dice in the wild, except an orange one.
I think I will put my Infiltrator...
Ah, how dare you. You don't want 10 Mandrakes to take up all the space in the midboard?
I do not.
Okay, we'll come back after deployment. And here we are after deployment. We've got Scouts, a lone up lieutenant. Scouts, another lone up lieutenant somewhere. Oh, he's right there. Look, I found him. A little buggy, the ATV, 10 Sternguard and Azrael, a Redemptor, a Lancer, Intercessors, the Lion hiding by his buddy, the Gravis Captain. Scouts getting really aggressive as well as these Deathwing Terminators. I gave the Informant Network, so I was able to scout or infiltrate 2 units of Cabalites. So I infiltrated them and them. I put a big unit of Mandrakes out, but I misdeployed them. See, I should have actually put them close to this objective to push those scouts back. That was my mistake. So I had to put him there instead of here, which would have been nice to hide from lines of sight. So he's a little bit more exposed than I'd like. But I've got Cabalites, Void Scarred, Bait Chronos. So if anything comes out to shoot, I can shoot with all my guns as well. Shoot right back. I've got another unit of Mandrakes over here, another Chronos, Cabs to sticky. These Reaver Jet Bikes ready to go and contest that objective. And then I've got Archon, Malys hiding by these Scourge with the other Scourge here. And then Drazar. So before we roll to see who goes first, I have to redeploy. I'm going to put Drazar's Venom in Deep Strike. And I'm going to put the 10 strong unit of Mandrakes in Deep Strike, as they are going to just disappear. There you go. They'll be coming down later on. And those are the units I'm going to redeploy. I'm actually going to redeploy this as well. I'm just going to redeploy it. I don't want to throw it away. Considering both of the guns got into the middle, I'm like, nope, then it will die. So I'm just going to redeploy it onto the side. And there you have it, putting a couple things in reserve, and we get to see who goes first. You've also put your one teleport Homer down there, ready to, I don't know, maybe that's where the Terminators might ingress later. We'll see. Okay, go first, go second. I rolled a 5. You rolled a 4. That is good for you. That's a 15 points at the end. Oh, taking hold going first. Not easy, but we do some scout moves. I have some scout void scars. You have some scouts. We have done some scouts. I moved my void scarred up. And then your scouts have laterally moved and moved back. This guy we had redeployed over here because he wasn't supposed to be there. Because he was a little too close to my deployment zone. So with that, on to turn 1. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. So the scoreboard itself, we've got Troy, who is defender in green. I'm the attacker. That'll be our primary score, our secondary scores, and of course our battle-ready painted score. Battle round and our command points. We each get 1 to start. Of course, you have Azrael, which you'll get later. And I get to draw some cards before I see my contract at the start of the first battle round. Start of the first battle round. I think my contract unit has to be now. So, my contract unit shall be Deathwing Knights. They're going to be the Deathwing Knights, my contract unit. So, I'm going to get sustained against all infantry. And then when I kill those Deathwing Knights, I will get a bounty, a plentiful bounty, which will be super fun. So that's going to be entertaining. As for cards, we're going to go for Sabotage and Bring It Down, which will just be a command point because they're just hiding back there and I can't get to them, which is fine. Sabotage should be okay. Let's dive into the first turn. Going to basically move up. I want to try and kill that scout unit. I'm going to put a lot of pressure on those Deathwing Knights to try and bring them down with a lot of Dark Lances on a lateral fire. And then I'm not sure what to do with these lieutenants, so we'll see. I did sticky this objective with my infiltrating guys, which is great. But if I get too close to those Deathwing Knights, they'll just take it away from me. So I don't want to get too close. So we'll see if I can have a happy medium of both of them happening at the same time. Okay, turn 1. Okay, so movement phase. I decided to shift the Void Scarred around. I want to try and kill the scouts if I can, so I'm going to try to shoot them with as much as I can. These Cabalite warriors decided to move back and protect Malys, who got within her little Vectora to make sure the scouts couldn't reactive move as I was moving around them, so they couldn't like cut my angles, because it costs 2 CP to do the reactive move with Gladius, and it's turn 1, so there's only 1 CP in the bank. The Mandrakes advanced up to C, and then this Venom did advance up, but I wasn't able to get out. Both Scourge units converged on this side to get angles on scouts and the Deathwing Knights. And then this Venom can just see a couple of the scouts as well. I do have a Kronos here for some paint token generation, as well as these Reaver jet bikes have moved up to cut the angle to make sure they can go and harass this side of the board. I was able to screen out this little area with the Cabalites, who've now sticky this objective. I'm going to do Sabotage with this Kronos, who got outside of my deployment zone. There's a big hole for the Lion to uppy downy over here, but if the Lion wants to come in the back of my army before all my reserves show up, be my guest. And then, of course, we've got... This is now sticky as well, thanks to those infiltrating, sneaky informant Cabalites. Now we get to do some shooting, see if we can take down some of these scouts and some of these Deathwing Knights. And with that, let's dive in to my shooting phase. After the shooting phase, the scouts did end up going down, and I killed 3 of the Deathwing Knights with a lot of Dark Lances, sustained hit Dark Lances against infantry that are that tough. Really fun for Cabalite Cartel. I've started Sabotage, of course, with the Kronos. Do I want to go into the charge phase? See, if I charge here, you counter and then they die. If I charge, so you're going to heroic. So I'm not even going to charge. I'm going to stay there. You can come out to the middle if you want. And I will take my points. I'm going to cycle, bring it down. I've started Sabotage, so I will get a command point. I did spend 1 command point on Tailored Toxins to get crit 5s against them, which I didn't actually roll any, but with the Dark Lances, it was scary enough to make Troy, flinch a little bit and go, ooh, scary. 1 Dark Lance unit actually did like 6 saves with Dark Lances out of 4 Dark Lance shots. Heck yeah. So that's it for that. That's all I got. And with that, we're going to go on to your turn. You will get 2 CP, so we can go up to 3.
Azrael.
And I will go up to 2, because I'm all fancy. And you draw your cards, which shall be Behind Enemy Lines, which is a redraw. So that just gets redrawn right away. Area Denial, get into the middle of the board. And Overforce. No, those Void Scarred. How dare you, Void Scarred. But I'm very curious to see what the Dark Angels do, because it is layout 1, so you can kind of get pinned in your zone. You have to push out. So Dark Angel's turn, number 1. End of the movement phase. The poor Deathwing Knights. Let me tell you a tale of woe. They're now battle shocked, and they rolled a 1 on an advance, even after going into Assault Doctrine. And so they decided to hide instead of charging, which is smart. You want to get your area denial, so you've sent a Lone Up Lieutenant and the Gravis Captain go kill some Void Scar, because that 4-up invulnerable save can be cheeky good. And then you've brought up a ATV and this Lone Up Lieutenant to try and at least pop a Venom of some sort. And then, of course, with a reactive move, you could always get back behind the building again, which is what Lone Up Lieutenants are. I'm glad I painted one up for my Black Templars recently, if you've been keeping track of the pictures. With that, let's go into the shooting phase. Troy very smartly decided not to run his whole army in front of me before my reserve showed up, because that would be bad. And he's cut the angle on that Deathwing Knight unit, so I don't have too many units that can really get to them easily. He has given me these 2 units, which are very good units, but he does have more trash to play the game and bottom a turn. However, the big thing was them going down to OC0 meant he couldn't run up and contest my objective, which solidifies my ability to get a 10 this next turn, which is really the biggest thing for me. So that's really good. Okay, moving on. What the heck did this guy do?
Kaboom!
That's right. He blew up my Venom. Literally 2 shots, 2 hits, 6 damage. Venom explodes, kills 2 of the guys inside, kills 1 the Corsair, and puts a wound on a jet bike. I could have gone onto the objective, but then you would have grenaded the guys, and I wanted to keep my Cabalites alive. So I decided to not go into there. At the start of the charge phase, though, I'm going to use this Archon's remove a battle shock. Just in case you decide to get too close to something, I could like heroically intervene or do something like that. So I'm going to just take it away just to give them options for defensive strats. And that burns 1 of my 2 because the other Archon has 1 as well. And you get to do some charges. I'm assuming you're going to charge over here to get your area denial, even though I think you might be within 6. So it might be a small one. And then over here, I don't know if you want to charge me, but I doubt it.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. How brave is this guy over here? Does he want to come play against Archon Carl? Look at him go. There he is. He's my informant. Big yellow armor. And in the charge, Gravis Captain. I did not make 4-up invulnerable saves on the little unit, and therefore, it is what it is. So with that, we go to the scoreboard. I was hoping not to lose that Venom, but that's a little extra spice on top there for you. So you will get a small area denial, as this unit of Corsairs is within 6 inches of the middle of the board. And you will get overwhelming force for killing the pirates on the objective. So you go up to 5 points. I will also successfully complete sabotage. So you are already 2 points up on the Drukhari, and it's not even turn 2 yet. There you go. So now we go to, yes, right. I'm going to spend 1 of my pain tokens to pull up those mandrakes. They're going to go into the sky with a pain token. Boop. And they're still oathed, so wherever they come down could be dangerous, but I want to be able to move them around or at least keep them in my back pocket for later, and we'll see where we decide to send them. Now we go to the scoreboard. I got Recover Assets and a Cull the Horde, which is an instant redraw into behind enemy lines because I want to score my points. So, behind enemy lines and Recover Assets, 3-3, and I will get a mighty 10 on primary as we move on to battle round number 2. My plan is, well, I have to try and kill these 2 things. That's just kind of, I have to try and kill them. I still want to try and kill those Deathwing Knights. And then basically consolidate my position around that objective to continue to hold a 10. So essentially create more of a screen. My behind enemy lines is probably going to be Cabalites or something to move up into the middle of the board, or the Archon. Of course, the Lion is back there, so I have to be very careful with the Lion. But I have to mitigate it. And of course, next turn, there's Stern Guard and a bunch of stuff, as well as another Deathwing Knight unit. But biggest thing is if I can kill the little skirmishing unit. So I want to try and kill this. I'm going to try and kill this. I want to try and harass the scouts, or at least pin them on the table so they can't bouncy uppy downy. And then just kind of take the board space to force the core of the Dark Angels to actually have to play the game. This here is like, I'm gonna have to try to deal with it. It's just right in my face, so I might as well go try kill it. So with that, turn 2. End of the movement phase. So I moved around. This Lone Up Lieutenant decided, I moved these bikes right here. So the Lone Up Lieutenant couldn't reactive move behind this wall. But the scouts decided to reactive move. They rolled a 6 to be able to not get pinned. So they're good over here. I did use a pain token to advance. I only did 1 dev wound on the captain as they attacked. Then the little Void Scar decided to get onto this objective, and this lone up lieutenant just sidestepped a little bit. And then, of course, I brought down a Dark Lance Ravager. They moved out to see those Deathwing Knights, but I wasn't really able to get a good angle with the second unit. So this Kronos moved up here to support them. This Archon sidestepped. I've got a Gravis Captain I need to try kill. I did move Malys up to get her Vect Aura nice in range. And then we had these Caps. They just rolled not far enough to get into to behind enemy lines. So they're just going to create a move block for the Lion. And then this Venom is ready to pick up this unit of Cabalite Warriors once they've done shooting, or if I charge here, then I need to. But I also have a second Archon ready to charge as well, and Malys, just in case. They can all see the Gravis Captain. They zoned out, so this is what we call zoning out. I moved up to basically zone here, and then these bikes came in, and then this unit of Mandrakes has teleported in right where they were, because I was like looking at the board, I was like, well, I guess they'll just come right back in where they were. And that's that. Ideally, I'm going to try and kill this Lone Up Lieutenant, these Deathwing Knights, that Gravis Captain, and that Lone Up Lieutenant, and that ATV. But you did rapid ingress Deathwing Knights here. You're like, if I don't do something, you're going to pin me in my zone. I need to get aggressive. As you can tell, I'm taking up most of the table. And Troy's like, aha, I need to do something. TSN turning point right in the middle of the shooting phase. This is what I rolled to hit with 4 Dark Lances with Tailored Toxins, so crit 5s lethals against 2 Deathwing Knights. That's right, so 4 Dark Lance hits goes to 8 hits. Oh my gosh, awesome. And that would be, boo, only 5. Only 5, just only 5 Dark Lance shots. I love this detachment so much. Okay, roll it. Do I get him? You passed 3. Okay, so first one will be 4. That means he will live. So I'm going to spend one of my 2 CP to re-roll it. So he dies, and the second one dies as well. That was a good use of a re-roll to kill my contract, which I won't get until the end of the start of my next battle round. But I did kill the Gravis Captain, and this guy, he took a blaster to the face. And I did kill one of them with some sporadic shooting. So not bad for shooting phase so far. Just have one Lone Up Lieutenant to try and kill to complete my I want to kill these things that I said at the start of the shooting phase. But that really helps, and then I'm going to jump away and hide. End of the shooting phase. 1 Dark Lance hit, wounded, and did 8 damage to that poor Lone Up Lieutenant. And he died. So that is the end of my turn. I'm not going to try and charge over here because that would just mean the doom and destruction. And then I will get a 3 points for recover assets because I had 2 units do that. And I'm going to discard behind enemy lines for a CP. So I did go down to 1, so I go up to 2 there and 3 more points. So in terms of points, it's really the primary that's helping me here. I go up to 6. And we go into your turn, you get 3, and I will go up 1 to 3. Let's see what cards you get. Are you pulling up your scouts, by the way? Are you holding them?
Yes, I guess they're mine as well.
Okay, they are going to go up just to give you potential angles on different things as well. Storm hostile objective, defend stronghold. So defending, not a bad one to do, and you've got your choice of objectives to storm away from me. The key here, though, is when you start losing trading pieces as a Space Marine player, it's like you have to kind of push past. Now you're going to kill probably 1, 2, 3 units easily this turn, maybe 4, so that'll kind of clear some of the chaff, but I still have reserves, but your big hammer unit your 2 hammer units is still very much alive, and that line can be very tricky to play against as well. But you do have to commit to the board and try to do something. Let's see what the Dark Angels do to get some points in this game, as the Dark Eldar just seem to be everywhere. Just absolutely everywhere. End of the movement phase. Assault Doctrine was called, and of course we have Scouts came back in to stop Drazar from dropping back here. Then we had Azrael use a CP to go into Devastator Doctrine so he could advance and shoot. So he's advanced and he's going to basically shoot a variety of different things with all the guns. The Deathwing Knights advanced up. The line advanced up, trying to get to Malys to stop another contract from happening because she is my warlord. So if you can get her, no more contracts for the rest of the game. So that's a nice little kill there. And then, of course, the Dreadnought just moved up. But the Lancer staying back as he doesn't want to poke his head out with all the Dark Lances still at large and defend strongholds still being one of the things you're trying to do. So with that, I used a CP to rapid ingress my Mandrakes. Now, they are more than 12 inches away from the line and more than 18 inches away from the Dreadnought. So they cannot be shot. And I've just put them there to potentially overwatch the line and just start a little bit of damage on the line, potentially, depending on what happens. So with that, shooting phase time. I'm very curious to see what this giant Sternguard unit does. Should kill most of the stuff in this area, which is exciting. End of the shooting phase. Well, you did kill all the Cabalites, but the Archon survived with 3 wounds remaining from all the shooting from the Redempted Dreadnought. This unit of Sternguard just nuked this bike unit. Didn't do any damage here, and put 3 wounds on my, was it 2? No, 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
2 wounds on my Ravager. And that's it. Now we get to do some charges. You decided not to shoot them because you wanted to charge to get onto the objective and use that as a springboard as well. They cannot charge because they did go into Devastator Doctrine. Azrael's like, lots of... Oh, I love this unit. I actually need to build and paint 5 more Sternguard for my Black Templars. It's a little different, but I love the idea of like an elite, like Sternguard unit. It's so cool. So with that, charge phase. And we got some Deathwing Knights action coming right up. Well, end of the charge phase. Dreadnought charged in first to stop this unit of Cabalites from heroicing over here. So then the Lion charged in. I did Overwatch. Didn't get any damage through. I was hoping to do 1, maybe 2 wounds, but that didn't happen. And the Lion just wants to go punch Malys. And then the Terminators here, the Deathwing Knights, have combo charged both. You know, the Dark Angel's feeling a little bit behind on the score, so they're trying to get as much damage as possible in. So they have to try and get a little lucky. So they're trying to do as much damage as they can. So with that, though, onto the charge phase. I hope Malys lives. If she does, that would be great. I get a new contract. If not, I will be sad, and then I just play regular Warhammer with no contract. You started with the Lion, and you put 19 saves on Malys. That's right, 19 sweep saves. This is only 15 dice. I owe you 4 up saves. They're all 2 damage. So let's see how many I pass. Okay, so she's going to take a decent amount. So that is 7, so that's 14 damage so far. 16 damage so far. And then I owe you 4 more, because it was 19. Okay, so 4 more, so that's 20 damage. Nice. Feel no pains! Will Malys scam the Lion? I don't know, we'll see. It has been done before. Well, she takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 so far. 8, 9, so you only double killed her. So she did 50-50 on a 5-up. You've killed her. She's my warlord. No more contracts. Sad. End of the fight phase. They killed both the Voidsguard and the Archon as I failed a Shadowfield save. I didn't do any damage to the line with the Venom, and then this killed 2 Cabalites, so I killed the 2 out of coherency, kept the Dreadnought in place, and now in the coherency step, I will lose 1 out of coherency to allow them to then go and do stuff next turn, like an established locus or something. It's also 3 OC on here, so they could go and drop that objective down. So nice little coherency play there to basically free up a unit that was in combat. And with that, it is the end of the round. Let's go to the scoreboard. So you successfully storm hostile objective for 4 points, and you're currently defending your stronghold, bringing you up to 9. You did have a 5 points on primary there. So pretty close game. As we move to battle round number 3, I will be spending 1 paint token to pull up those mandrakes yet again, just in case I need them for something somewhere. So the little 5-man unit mandrakes, the big 10 strong is going to stay where it is. And then we get some cards. So with that is battle round number 3. I go up a CP, you go up a CP. So you've actually been kept to CP. I cannot get my new contract, but I did complete this contract, which gives me 3 pain tokens. So at least I get a bunch of pain tokens to go along with it. And let's see what my cards are. I will get engaged on all fronts. Very nice. And I will get established locus, which does mean I'm going to spend a CP on them. And they are going to insane courage to make sure that they get me lots of points as well as an engage. So they're going to help me get my full engage. They're going to help me get my, see, look, forethought. I love it. Let's do some shooting and moving. End of the movement phase. So they just moved up and they're going to establish locus and help me get a full engage on all fronts. The bikes took a pain token to zoom up to contest the middle and create a move block for the Dreadnought. And then this Ravager just moved up. I actually moved this before the bikes, and that was a mistake. I should have moved the bikes first and then moved the Ravager back. But I made that move. And then over here, with that move, you decided to react move, try to get 3 OC onto here just to force me to kill them. But it wasn't enough. So now I could try and contest it if you don't kill the Kronos, which is good for me. The Disintegrator Ravagers popped in here, but without sustained hits, it's going to be less effective against... I was really hoping I could recontract to them. That was my plan. So recontract onto them and then get sustained hits with the Disintegrators on 5s with the Toxins to really do some work on those. Sadly, not going to be the case. With that, the Mandrakes have moved down. I've got these. Got out of the Venom, moved up. I can shoot the Dreadnought, the Lion, and them. They're my 3 main targets. So I've just focused everything I can on them, because if they don't go down, then the Dark Angels will have a chance to come back into the game. And I did get 10 points on my primary. So I've got Engage on all fronts and Established Locus. So I've done my secondaries already. I do not need to do anything else for secondaries. I can just focus on rolling dice. And I do have a lot of pain tokens, 7 pain tokens, thanks to my contract. So everybody gets a pain token for everything. Okay, TSN turning point for the shooting phase. I've got the Lion down to 6 wounds remaining. He rolled a 1 on a save against a Dark Lance. Rerolled it into a 1. On a 4+, he dies. And the only other thing I've left to shoot him are this unit here and potentially this Ravager. I did kill the Dreadnought very quickly, which is very good. Okay, 4+ to kill the Lion. I have 1 CP for a reroll. Yeah, got him. Aha, get out of here, Lion. Dark Lance, that 3-up save is good until it isn't. Good job, Scourge. You get a little medal and a pain token. Whee, pain tokens. I have so many. Other shooting, I did kill 4 with a Disintegrator. And now we move into charge phase. I have 1 CP. I'm going to try and make a long charge with these Mandrakes into that unit of Deathwing Knights. Yeah, 9. Do they make it? Maybe. They're just out. I need to roll a 10. Oh, that's so close. Okay, so nothing there. I'm definitely going to run in with this Ravager, though. Ravager's going to jump in. There he goes, 9. Very well done. I ended up tank shocking, and you did 2 mortals, but you used your chooser, and then saved 1 watcher. Sorry, so you've got 1 there, and then that charge, staying outside of 6 inches of heroic intervention, just trying to put as much OC as I can on that objective, etc., etc. So with that, we're going to do some fighting, and the Ravager's going to go first, and is going to fight you. So we've got 3 attacks on the Ravager on 4s and strength 6, so 3s. Ooh, 3 at AP 1. Yeah, unless you want to CP it.
Yeah, why not?
No! No, he's okay. Dang it. Fine, so now the Kronos will go. 6 attacks from the Kronos. Kronos has got a nice glow up in the Codex. Hitting on 3s. And anti-infantry 2+. So 2 at AP 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did get him finally. Good job. And then he goes down to 3. Well, one of them does. I'm assuming that one there. 3 wounds remaining. They get to punch me back. End of the fight phase. You put 1 wound on the Kronos and nothing on the Ravager. Didn't roll any 4-ups with your maces. So with that, onto the scoreboard. I successfully established Locust for 4 points. Successfully engaged on all fronts for 4 points. Bringing me up to 14 points, which is an 8 points. Very nicely done. So 20 on primary, 14 on secondaries in turn 3. You have 1 CP left. You will successfully defend your stronghold, bring you up to a 12 on secondaries. Not terrible. As we move into your turn, you will get 5 more points because I, once again, have successfully stopped you from holding primary, which is what Dark Eldar do best. So you will go up to a 10, drawing your cards. Azrael will bring you 2 command points, and I will have 1 to my name. Secure No Man's Land, holding 2 objectives in No Man's Land, and marked for death, which will, of course, be this Ravager back here, this unit of Cabalite warriors, and this Kronos, which you cannot hope to get to. And I don't want to put it on the Mandrakes, because if you put it on a Mandrake and I pick the Mandrakes up, that counts as a mark for death. So you have to be careful with that stuff, because if it's removed from the battlefield for any reason, reactive move back into a transport, put back into reserves, that will give your opponent mark for death points. Just the more you know. End of the moon phase, Lancer finally came out to play. Then we had Azrael move up. You did go into Tactical Doctrine to full back, and you're going to full back and potentially charge the Ravager. And then what I did is I rapid ingressed Drazar and friends right there, outside the line of sight of the Lancer and of most of those guns, ready to just kind of do some mop-up crew, because it's turn 3, so if I don't rapid ingress him, he dies. So I had to use my only command point for that endeavor, but it is a command point well spent. So with that, into the shooting phase. End of the movement phase, Lancer finally came out to play. Then we had Azrael move up. You did go into Tactical Doctrine to fall back, and you're going to fall back and potentially charge the Ravager. And then what I did is I rapid ingressed Drazar and friends right there, outside the line of sight of the Lancer and of most of those guns, ready to just kind of do some mop-up crew, because it's turn 3, so if I don't rapid ingress him, he dies. So I had to use my only command point for that endeavor, but it is a command point well spent. So with that, into the shooting phase. Well, Azrael did short work of the Ravager, and then the 3 Terminators, Deathwing Knights, just absolutely nuked my Kronos. It was close, but did kill the Kronos. None of them exploded, and they've just taken control of that objective. And then we have a Lancer fighting a Venom, and then we'll go to the scoreboard. Nothing happened over there, of course.
Nope.
On to that, you get 2 points for Marked for Death, and you will get a big Secure No Man's Land. That is another 8 points, bringing you up to 20 points in secondaries. You've been doing great in the secondary game. It's really in the primary game that I've been able to stop the Dark Angels from playing the game. I will be spending one of my pain tokens to send that 5-strong unit of Mandrakes into reserve for the 3rd time. And we'll come right back at the start of battle round number 4. Defend and no prisoner. Turn 4, I have 1 and you have 1. I do have 2 objectives still, bringing me up to a nice healthy 30 points. You get a maximum of 30 more, so 40 maximum on secondaries, even if you got 15 both turns in a row. So that's the thing I do not like about Take and Hold. Please let me know what you think down below. I feel like Take and Hold gets so polarizing. If someone can get ahead like this, it's like mathematically impossible to come back. But let me know what you think down below. I think that I like Linchpin much better than Take and Hold because it's like a little bit more granular. But you can change my mind in the comments if you want. But with that, we're going to try and kill Azrael and friends. We're going to try and kill that Lancer. And we're going to see what we can do as we move into the 4th turn. End of the movement phase. Archon got out. Venom got overwatched and survived. Only took 1 damage. Nice. Kronos just kind of got out. The Scourge. This is like the hammer blow. Going to try and get rid of all the Dark Angels. I can't get to these scouts. I can't get to those intercessors back there. But no prisoners. I'm trying to kill things. And defend stronghold. Trying to defend my stronghold. And with that, I do have to continue to screen though, because the scouts can uppy downy and stuff. So I do have to be a little careful. Them pulling up and then doing a 9-inch charge next turn would be like the worst thing that could happen.
Or the best.
Or the best thing for the Dark Angels. That's right. I didn't consider the sneaky 9-inch charge. And with that, let's see how much damage we can do here. End of the shooting phase. The Ravager killed 5 of the Stern Guard, even through the 4-up invul save. Oh, I wish I had crit 5 sustains, which I didn't because Malys died. And then I grenaded the last guy to death. I did shoot the Lancer down with 2 units of Scourge, even through smoke. And then I was able to kill 1 Deathwing Knight and put 1 down to 3 wounds with a bunch of Mandrake shooting. And with that, we're going to do some charges and see if we can do stuff over here. So Azrael, just going to try get some charges in and see if we can do it. Drazar made it in, the Archon made it into Azrael, so we have an epic fight at Azrael, but he's suppressed thanks to the Ravager. And then these Deathwing Knights are battle shocked thanks to the Incubi, and then they are under 50%, so Drazar gets full rerolls to hit and wound against them. I will give them a pain token to get +1 to wound as well. So let's see if Drazar can just finish the job. 6 attacks from the Executioner, single blade on 2s with full rerolls for Drazar. He hits all the time. Strength 6, so 3s with +1 to wound with a pain token, 2s to wound with dev wounds. Oh, so that's 3 damage goes down to 2. Reroll all wound rolls. So you know what I'm gonna do? Fish! Yeah, so that's gonna be 2 damage there, and then 3. So these are dev wounds, they go at the end. So 3 saves at AP 2, so 4 ups. Ooh. Okay, so that kills him, that kills him. It doesn't matter. They're just all gonna die as Drazar cuts them all down. Yes, technically dev wounds go after all the Incubi I fought, but it doesn't actually matter in this case. So with that, they're done. Good job, Drazar. And then of course we have the Archon and friends. So let's do the friends first. I'm gonna use Take Them Alive to hit on 2s. So the little Cabalites on 3s. 2s, sorry, all hit. And then on 5s, rerolling 1s, because I did give them a pain token. Nothing. And then the Sergeant with his little power sword, rerolling. And then these need 3s rerolling 1s. That's 3 at AP 2. So 4 ups. Invul save on Azrael. Oh, he takes a single wound. And now it's Mr. Archon's turn. Ooh, the Huskblade. Archon gets 5 attack with the Huskblade Soul Trap. Hitting on 2s with 4 rerolls. Very nice, very nice. If only there was sustained hits somewhere around here. And strength 4, so 4s with dev wounds with the Huskblade. Rerolling 1s though. Come on. Okay, so 4 AP2, 3 damage each.
Oh, 3 each.
Yeah, he does 12 damage to Azrael, taken alive. It's not your contract unit, so no crazy battle shock test for your whole army. And then at the end of the fight phase, they're gonna hop into here and be super sneaky about being alive, because that's how Dark Eldar be. And Drazar's like, hey, that's my ride. And the Archon's like, not anymore. That's my ride now. And with that, we go into the Dark Angel turn number 4. As we go into Dark Angel turn number 4, only 1 CP, because Azrael is dead. Are you pulling your scouts up, sir?
Yes, I will.
I will get a 5 points for no prisoner, and I'm currently defending my stronghold, which does bring up to 19 points on secondaries, and the cards for you are Tempting Target and Recover Asset. So do press buttons, which you can do, and Tempting Target I will make, not that one, I will make the middle one tempting. Sure, let's make the middle one tempting. Come fight me in the middle. New orders, he says. Into extend battle lines. That's actually not terrible, but also not the best. Because all your guys are so far away from objectives. Okay, so with that, we'll come back. Turn number 4. So you decided to bring your scouts back there to do recover assets with both of them and just pass the turn. So recover assets will be 3 points. Are you getting rid of extend for a CP?
I will.
Okay, so extend will become a command point. Nicely done. As we move, so you get 3 points there. So you're up to 23. I get a defend successfully for 22. So you're still beating me on secondaries. Even with everything that's happening, I've only been able to really keep up on the primary. And with that, I will spend 2 pain tokens to put my 2 units of mandrakes in the sky as we move into the final battle round number 5. So you will get 2 as well there. I do get a 15 at the end. Nothing that the Dark Angels can do against that. And then we'll draw cards. Storm hostile objective. The only one I need to take is your home. Display of might. Definitely displaying the might in the middle. I do have a battle shock test to make on that singular venom over there. And he's battle shocked. So good thing I have that one for the 15. And that's that. We'll come back after I do some movements. So I have surrounded the scouts with as much guns as I can, as many guns as I can. And I'm going to spend 1 pain token because I haven't shown off the venom's pain ability. So I can advance the venom and still disembark. So I'm going to try and get onto your objective. However, you do have a reactive move, so you could just reactive move a bunch of guys on there to like stop me from getting my storm hostile. So can I, how far do I go? 2. So it's going to go 16 inches. Look at that, 16 inches. So that's 16, so it's just off the objective, and then I get to disembark 3 inches. So the entire unit, whee, is gonna hop onto the objective, much to the chagrin of, you can either Overwatch me or reactive move. But I have 11 OC on there, which means you probably want to Overwatch me, but at the same time, if one survives, it doesn't matter. So I think you're within a rock and a hard place, Dark Angel. You're gonna Overwatch. Okay, fine. Let me just put all the models down first. The Overwatch did kill 2 of the Cabalites. However, I still will successfully storm hostile objective. And with that, we're gonna do some shooting. A free grenade and some shooting killed 2 intercessors through the rain. And over here in the corner, we have a dead pile of scouts that got nuked by all of the shooting. Yeah, pain. They did try. And with that, I will get my Storm Hostile objective for 5 points and a display, 4 points for Storm Hostile, a display of might for 4, bringing my secondary total up to 30, a respectable 30, 45. Very nicely done. And then the Space Marines will get their last turn. They go up to 2 CP, I go up to 3, and then you have cards, which will be Establish a Locust. Can't do that. Bring it down. There's a Venom close by. We're going to redraw Established Locus to try and get some extra points at the end. Display of Might, which will not happen. Okay, so no Display of Might, but you do have a Venom, and you can just hop onto that objective and potentially do some damage. And that'll be game. Let's see what happens. Okay, so you did grenade the Venom down to 3 wounds remaining, and then you bolted all the Cabalite warriors to death. And now you're going to charge the Venom, force me to spend a CP to Heroic with the Archon, and then you're going to try and kill the Venom and survive the Archon. Let's see if the Dark Angels can do it. They're going to charge in. There they make it. Okay. Power Fister and all this stuff over here. Good, good, good. I will spend a CP to heroically intervene. This is my house. So I'm down to 2. So what are you attacking? Everything into the Venom?
Yes, sir.
Yes, there you go. Power Fist. 3s to hit. And 3s to wound. 1 wound with a Venom. Oh, I rolled a 6. He's okay. And then we have 6 attacks from silly Venom. It's like the heroics of the Space Marines. Not today, he says. Well done. Okay, let's go. Ooh, 2 to wound. It will live though, and not take any damage.
The Venom.
And now let's see if the Archon can do the honors. He has 6 attacks now. I'll give him one of my final pain tokens. 2s to hit. Reroll hit rolls. And then 3s to wound. Dev wounds. AP 2. 3 damage. Only 4 at AP 2. That means there is a chance you live. 5 ups to stay alive. Oh, I got him.
And there's no CP.
And that's it. There's no CP. Fantastic game, Troy. That was really fun. We'll come back with an after action report. However, you will get, that was just for fun. But you got to, if you don't charge, you get a 20, which is like something we were discussing there. And then that was very close at the end. You just kind of ran out of stuff there to do that. So it is a 53 to 85. So that's a decent loss, over 50 points. It means you got some points in a WTC format, which is what you and I play, a lot of teams. And with that, thanks for watching, and we're going to talk about the game. Well, thanks for playing, Troy. That was really fun.
No problem. That was great.
That was really good. Okay, a huge shout out, of course, to the Tabletop Forge here in Barrie, Ontario, where I have my little mini studio. Huge shout out to the channel Patreons, without whom none of this is possible. All the links are down below if you'd like to support the channel. Other than that, 2 or 3 things that you would change for the game. What did you learn?
I learned that scourges are really big pain, so this firing lane just was like picking off Deathwing Knights, so they're nasty.
Yeah.
I think I would learn to kind of bring the Redemptor around a bit more, so I could
This side of the board.
pressured your list a bit more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think my Lancer really got stuck at my home objective, so like you did, be a master and put it on strategic reserve so I can get.
Yeah, it would have allowed you to potentially bring it in over here or threaten the angles a little bit better. I think keeping something in reserve is always really useful, especially when you're like tucked in a corner. Now it is a bit risky because as a Dark Elder player can push up and screen, but at the same time, if you go first, it really gives you the option to open up the board a bit and not get jailed, which is kind of what happened.
Yeah.
I love this Cabalite Cartel. The damage output is way more than I usually expect.
That was crazy.
It was nuts.
All the sustained that were coming.
The sustained Dark Lances and the Deathwing Knights were awesome. So let me know what you think down below. Now, Spectacle of Spite is all the rage, which is all the witches, and I'm going to be playing all the different attachments here on the channel because, after all, I am the Archon. So, I'm going to teach all of you some stuff. Troy, your list, you've been adapting, you've been playing in the local league. Anything you would change about your list moving forward?
Yeah, I think we talked about maybe getting some JPI or something for a bit more movement. I think you showed you can block it, so I think that's
you're like, how do I get to them over there? I'm like, you need jump packs to go fly really far and go get me.
We need to fight flying with flying.
That's right, because I am a coward and I hide behind walls. Thanks for the game, Troy. That was really fun.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Of course, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next battle report. The Dark Kin. Bye, everybody.